Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have a bunch of other pick a card readings posted for you guys. For those of you that would like to book a private reading, you can find my email down below in the description box. Just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as other services that I do provide. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing advice from your spirit guide. So I've set the intention with this reading today that it's going to be messages that you need to hear most at this time to serve your best and highest good. So I'm sure that there is a message for you somewhere here within one of these three piles. If you do feel drawn to more than one, definitely go ahead and listen. And just keep in mind that this is a general reading. Not all the messages that come through may be for you. So if it feels like you're trying to force it to fit your situation, then I would say, maybe let that part of the reading go. Or if it doesn't feel like it resonates at all, then you're more than welcome to choose one of the other piles or check out one of the other pick a card readings that I do have for you guys. Okay, so advice from your spirit guides. Like I said, I've set the intention. Messages to serve your best and highest good that you need at this time. Okay, so pile number one, and I actually don't know the names of these crystals at all. Okay, I forgot this one already. But okay, so pile one, we have this moon here, like a green, dark, deep green moon. Pile one, breathe in your trueness, and that is with Apatite. Okay, with this green moon here for pile number one. Pile number two, you are going to be this crystal here. Okay, this crystal here with full of riches, and that is with citrine. That is for pile two. Pile number three, we have first the fire, and this is Larimar. And if any of you know what the name of this crystal is, please tell me, because when I bought this at the shop, the owner didn't even know what this was. He didn't know, so I have no idea. It looks like it has like really light grayish, greenish spots on it with lines, so I have no idea. It says first the fire, okay, and that is with Larimar. That is for pile number three. So yes, please, if you know, please let me know in the comments, because I've been trying to find it and I have no clue. Pile three. Okay, so let's do this. Advice from your spirit guides. Pile one with the green moon. Pile two with this yellow reddish one here in the center, which is probably some type of Jasper or something. And then we've got pile number three with the first, the fire, with the little black and greenish heart. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile one. So those of you that resonated with breathe in your trueness with Apatite. Okay. Beautiful image of a unicorn with this little green moon here. Okay. So with your message already with breathe in your trueness, I am feeling that your advice from your spirit guides is to continue or get started, for those of you that haven't started, with really stepping into your authenticity, really just being comfortable with being yourself without caring who's looking, who cares, and just really just move into being authentically you, okay? Even if that is different and stand out than everybody else, it's about you really stepping into who you truly are at your core, okay, is the message that I'm getting, being you, not apologizing, for who you are as a person. Okay, so I'm actually going to use 2 tarot decks today, so let's pull 2 from here. So what is your advice, pile 1, from your spirit guides that you need to hear most at this time to serve your best and highest good? What message are you needing to hear at this time to serve your best and highest good? I'm going to take that one. To serve your best and highest good. Okay. And then let's put these out. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. And then we're going to pull 2 from here. Yeah, some of you, I feel like, especially if you've been really busy working, literally working, there is a need for resting here with the 4 of Swords, okay? Honoring your energy, taking time to rest, take time to reflect. And I'm noticing that even in this 3 of Pentacles card here, there's 2 little cats that look like they're peeking into a window, right? Almost like there's another cat that's inside here that's busy working. And these cats are like, hello, when are you going to come out and play? You know? So yeah, maybe for some of you there's a need for literally taking a rest, taking maybe a vacation, maybe going away for the weekend, a little bit of a reset, okay? As this cat is like falling asleep here, or has fallen asleep. Maybe for some of you this is about reflecting or taking some time to really meditate on whether or not the current job or what you're doing or something about your work or your business really resonates with you, especially with breathe in your trueness, okay? Do you feel like what you're currently doing for work or that you're investing your time and energy to, does it resonate for you any longer? Okay, is there something that you need to shift or change? And through meditation is where we find those answers. That's where things kind of get illuminated, okay? Dreams, visions. What is your advice from your spirit guides? Pile number 1. We have the 3 of Wands. Okay, so there's something about future that your spirit guides are kind of wanting to draw your attention to. Maybe this is creating something new, beginning something new, or at least kind of having this vision of what you would like for look at this. The 4 of Swords. So yeah, that's extra confirmation right there that there's a need for rest, reflection, healing, thinking about your future, what you're creating. Okay, even with this little unicorn here, looking how it's kind of like peering out. What is this, a book? Oh yeah, it is a book. That's the back right there, and these are all the pages. Breathe in your trueness. Maybe there's something about this point in your life right now where you get to kind of create what you're... It's almost like, this is kind of what I'm thinking with this, like you work and you're going through life, right? And then you had a goal, right? Through this last phase, this last chapter, right? You've made it up to a certain point, and now it's kind of like Spirit saying, okay, let's pause here. Let's pause here and think about what the next step is. What's your next move? Okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling with your spirit guides are saying to you here, right? This unicorn is literally coming out of the book in the middle of the book. Right? Okay, so yes, clearly a message about taking a pause, taking some time to rest, reflect, meditate, heal. But I'm feeling more so this is about you just taking a pause to just sit and think for a second, because the 3 of Wands is about foresight, planning ahead, thinking ahead, getting something in motion. Maybe some of you have even started something new, and now it's time to plan the rest out. What's your next move? What's your next step? Okay. And I'm noticing underneath both of the decks, for this one, we have the Death card. And then underneath this one, sorry guys, that could have been kind of loud. Underneath this one, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay? So the Death card is about change. Maybe this is Spirit saying it's time for a change. It's time for something here to, the Death card is about change. It's about transformation, endings, right? So maybe this is the end of a chapter, literally right here, where Spirit's saying to you, what's next? What is your vision, right? The Queen of Swords is all about having a vision, a dream, a plan, and being able to make decisions with what that is. So it's kind of like your spirit guides right now are saying to you, what are you creating? What decisions do you need to make? What is your dream? What is your plan? Let's see what's underneath here. Yeah, look at that. The Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Okay? This is your spirit guides telling you basically here to put forth some energy, right? Put forth the energy here with the Eight of Wands. This is also about fast moving energy. Maybe there's a fast ending approaching, or there's been some type of transition that's happened here. Something that's coming to an end here, or that you're needing to end something, close out a chapter. And the Page of Pentacles is about a new beginning, planting the seed for something new. So maybe this is your spirit guides encouraging you to say, okay, at this time right now, where can you invest your time and energy in? And cute that we have an octopus here, right? So many of you could be having like so many different ideas or directions or plans, or you could be someone who's very busy and working hard, and your energy is kind of going in all these different places, and you have this idea about something new to start. Maybe you're having conflicting thoughts or ideas, feeling kind of in two different directions. But this is your spirit guides wanting you to take action towards planting the seed for something new, right? Just like this little unicorn in the book. Okay, we're right here, end of the chapter. What's next? What are you planning? Let's start now, right? With the Page of Pentacles, because stuff that happens within the earthly realm takes time, right? So if we start now with an idea, something that we're feeling inspired by, the important thing is taking that first step. And that's what the Three of Wands is, right? That I saw. Look at that. The Two of Swords. That's cute. I love that. All right. So the Two of Swords is about being at a crossroads or having conflicting thoughts or ideas. It's also indecision, right? So your spirit guides could be letting you know here, we see you. We see your ideas, but you need to take a pause so that you can really go within, because we have the twos here. The twos connect to the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is about withdrawing. It's about not seeking answers outside of yourself and really going within. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Right? The Two of Swords helps us to gain the clarity that we need so that we can become that Queen of Swords, right? To say, okay, this is the plan. So you have the Hangman energy here. And the Hangman is about us having that shift of perspective. And how does it happen? By taking a pause. Like I said, some of you might literally be like that little octopus with, things. I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing this. And Spirit's like, stop for a second. What are we doing? What are you creating? What are you manifesting here? Right? The Hangman, look at how this cat, look at the crow, right? Spirit is literally trying to get your attention to say like, hey, stop and look. Stop and look, right? The Hangman is about getting insight, awareness, taking a pause. Some of you might also be stuck or stagnant, and your spirit guides are like, literally like, stop. You're going to do something right now. If we have to force you to take a pause, force you to take a vacation, to slow down, and to look, right? Look at that yellow, that yellow glow, right? Around the little cat's head. That is the awareness. That is the insight. That's the epiphany. The aha. I know what I'm supposed to do, right? So it's almost like your spirit guides. I'm going to say this. Look at all these crows that are spinning around this cat here, right? Which makes me feel like you haven't been paying attention. You've asked for signs, here they are, but you haven't paid attention to them. So now your spirit guides are like, okay, now it calls for desperate measures. Now we're going to really get pile one's attention. right? To help you to see, to shift you out of this stagnant energy so that you can get back in the flow, right? The Wheel of Fortune is about flowing. It's about a life change. It's about going with the flow. It's about being at a turning point in our life where maybe there's change that's needed, change that needs to be made, right? For some of you. So let's see, what else am I getting with this? Maybe it's time for change. We're seeing a little snake here in the center, right? With all of these owls that are here. All of these owls, so much wisdom, transformation, change, a need for listening to your intuition, about flowing, right? With all these ideas that you have. Get them in motion, right? That's what the Eight of Wands was about, setting things in motion. Okay? And then we have the Two of Cups and the King of Pentacles. I think I'm going to stop there maybe. But the King of Pentacles is about taking risks. It's about being, keeping ourselves grounded, focused, disciplined, organized, really nurturing things. King of Pentacles requires a lot of hard work. It requires us to really find balance, or even to be in connection with our higher self, right? To move towards our heart's desires. And many of you have been working super hard, right? This abundance is on its way, but you know, and I feel many of you are destined for abundance, and a lot of it, right? A lot of it, especially with that Wheel of Fortune, a lot of abundance. But there's a need for you, like almost like Spirit's trying to keep you on course, right? Like, let's go, pile one, let's do this. We're moving towards this King of Pentacles. We got to keep going. What's next? Keep the vision. What's the plan? What's the next step? Right? Trying to keep you in that momentum. Like, we're going. We're doing this. Let's go. Right? Three of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. This is you putting in a lot of energy, right? Perfecting your talent, your skill, your dedication is coming here. And it's going to pay off. Right? I feel like your spirit guides are super proud of you. Super proud of you, pile one. For all this hard work, all this determination. Right? That hard work has not gone unnoticed. But some of you, yes, you might be kind of like at that point where your spirit guides are like, peekaboo, here we are. What are you doing? What are you planning? What's the next move? Right? What's next? What's next, pal one? So the Emperor is about you stepping into the masculine energy. Right? Masculine energy keeps us disciplined and on point, focused. We're getting things done. We've got a plan. We're taking action. And you are nurturing this pentacle. Why? Because we don't want to just stop at the Queen. We want to be the King of Pentacles. Okay? We want to be the king. So some of you might already be at the level of this Queen of Pentacles where you've really, you're proud. Like, wow, I manifested some abundance here. Okay? But your spirit guides are like, no. We're going to help you to get here. Because that's your destiny, pile one. Okay? With that Wheel of Fortune, wherever it went, I don't know. That is your destiny. There it is. Right there. It's in your hands. Your destiny is in your hands. Right? You hold it. Go with the flow. Right? Maybe some of you need to just stop so you can hear spirit. Right? Literally like that cat that was hanging upside down by its tail, where spirit's like, listen, pile one, listen. Why are you not listening to us? Just stop and listen. Right? That's what I'm getting from this here. Yeah. So Nine of Wands energy here, which is putting forth a lot of energy, right? This is Temperance here, which is a need to keep it in balance. Okay. We're keeping things in balance. We're looking at what we're doing. Okay. I'm seeing the Ace of Swords, which is you finally having a breakthrough. You having the epiphany, the light bulb moment where you're like, okay, it's time to be the Fool right now. With the Fool energy, take the risk, take the leap of faith. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's open up. Let's explore. Okay, step into something new. You're breaking free from, look at how these chains are here, down here at the bottom, underneath that heart. This is you having the willpower, the determination, the focus to keep in that momentum, right? Any past disappointments, feeling discouragement, no, we're done with it. We're moving on, okay? The Seven of Wands energy is about you facing challenge, adversity, and not backing down from what your goal is, right? You're keeping up that momentum, that pace with that fiery energy with the Knight of Wands. Release your creative energy is what your spirit guides are wanting you to focus on right now. Yes, putting the energy towards your creative ideas, nurture them. Some of you all of you, tap into your inner child. All of that magic, all of those ideas, all of that creative energy, okay? Some of you are meant to like step into what your soul's purpose is, okay? Look for signs. Spirit is sending you signs. Look at how this snake is shedding its skin, just like we saw in the Wheel of Fortune, right? With that snake being right in the center. It's time for change, right? It's time to step up into this next chapter with a new you, a new version of you. But this time in your trueness, in your authenticity, with something that resonates for you, right? This next chapter, all you, all soul, right? All soul. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. All right, so let's see what else we have for you. Pile number 1. Okay, that was really cool because I don't normally read like that, but yeah, I guess Spirit wanted me to do that today. So let's see what else. What did I want to do? These ones. Okay. Maybe Spirit is pushing me to do something new, right? You're going to do this right now. Okay, let's see. Pile 1. What is your advice from your spirit guides? We have, look at this, the blessed child, purity, lost innocence. So yeah, some of you, it's like your spirit guides are really wanting you to understand how blessed you are. Many of you may have also had some really challenging or difficult childhoods, and I feel like maybe this might even be some type of karmic retribution for you, you know, to move past generational wounds, traumas, lack mentality, scarcity, maybe even from generations. But it's like you being the blessed child, it's like there's a lot of change and growth that your spirit guides are watching you go through and wanting to be able to give you all of these blessings, align you with all of these things. Okay, there's a lot of clearing, a lot of healing, a lot of really finding yourself, reconnecting into your inner child, which is super important because that is the real you, right? Before the traumas, before the beliefs that were forced upon you by family members or by society, the conditioning, right? You're reconnecting to your true self, your child self. Okay? So let's see. Pile number... Now I'm going to have to read like that for the other piles too, because if somebody watches those and they watch it and they're like, why did you do that for pile 1 and you didn't do that for us? All right, let's see. Pile number 1. What is your advice from your spirit guides? Change your perspective. Change your perspective. That was the Hangman. That was the Hangman. We'll see what this is about. Let's see what else. One more. What is your advice from your spirit guides? Pile 1. Prophecies and communication. I mean, come on. That's like Spirit telling you. We're trying to contact you. Trust the visions. Trust the messages that we're giving to you. Trust what we're revealing to you in your dreams. And let's make it happen. Okay? All right, so let's see what this change your perspective is about. What are you needing to change your perspective about for pile 1? What is Pile 1 needing to change their perspective about? Your beliefs. Something about your beliefs. Maybe even about education, okay? Because the Hierophant can be about learning. Maybe some of you are needing to be open to learning a new skill or learning new beliefs, okay? Learning new beliefs. Some of you are needing to change your perspective towards your commitments, okay? The commitments that you have in your life, reevaluating them, reassessing them, or even making new commitments for growth, expansion. The Fool, yeah. So some of you could be needing to change your perspective about going after what you really want. Why? Look at the 10 of Cups is under here. That's why Spirit's wanting you to do it. If you be too afraid and stay in the boat, how are you ever going to get to your fulfillment? The 10 of Cups, which is what Spirit is trying to give to you. Blessings, happiness, fulfillment, joy. Right? The Fool is about taking the leap of faith, trusting the unknown, moving towards the visions that Spirit is giving to you, the messages, the downloads, all of it, right? Spirit's trying to illuminate it for you. Like, how many other signs do you need, Pile 1? We're giving it to you in your dreams. We're giving it through signs and synchronicities. When are you going to trust us? Right? When are you going to trust us? Okay, let's see what else. Pile 1. You want guidance. We're trying to give it to you. How do we need to wave the red flag at you? What else do you need? Pile 1, what is your advice from your spirit guides? Literally, you need to spell it out for Pile 1, right? You need to spell it out. Pile 1 wants to see it first. What's going to happen? What will happen if I take this path? Spirit's like, no, you got to trust. Productivity. We've got the bee and the pomegranate with productivity. Let's see what else. We have the lizard and pitcher plant with stagnation. Yep, see? That was your stagnation. Your 2 of Swords that came out twice and your Hangman. It's time to get going. This is Spirit, your spirit guides giving you a kick in the pants. Okay? Every time you get stuck, Pile 1, I want you to remember this unicorn popping out of the book. Okay? Asking you, what are you doing? What are we doing next? What's the plan? What's the vision? Okay. We have the moth and eucalyptus, an ending. Okay, so some type of ending needs to happen here. Change. Okay, because we saw death earlier. Maybe the ending to stagnation is what you're needing. Okay. What is the ending? Procrastination, I'm hearing. What is the ending here? The 8 of Pentacles. Maybe some of you are needing to evaluate what you're doing for work. Okay? Some of you are needing to stop something or make a job change, or maybe some of you that have a plan of wanting to own your own business. This is like your spirit guides are like, let's go. What are we doing? How can we make this happen? What is the stagnation here? The Devil. Fear, right? Fear. All of the insecurities, all the doubts, doubting yourself. What is this productive energy? The Chariot. I love it. You're breaking free from the devil that's creating stagnation. The ego, right? It says, nope, can't do it. You're not going to be good at that. You're going to fail. You're not going to be successful. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough time. Can't make it happen. It's not going to happen for you, right? That's all of this right here. So Chariot is about you having the willpower, the focus, the determination to get that energy in motion and get that momentum going, right? We can't stop here. Let's go. What's the next move? But that's where Spirit is wanting you to just take a pause. Okay, we're here. Now what? I feel like I want to pull one more for this ending here. What is this ending here? Some of your spirit guides like, okay, you've paused long enough. You've been thinking long enough. You've been indecisive long enough. Now it's time to get to work. Okay, Queen of Swords, make a decision. Make a decision, pile one. Okay, Four of Pentacles, stop being scared. Stop being afraid, right? Get out of the comfort zone. Right? You might feel like, oh, I need to heal a little bit more. I need to do this. No, your spirit guides are like, no, you're at the Eight of Pentacles already. You've worked hard long enough. It's time for this change. Okay? It's time for this change. Okay, so that is all that I have for you, pile one. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile two. So those of you that resonated with the Full of Riches card with citrine and this crystal here, this is going to be your reading today. And so we're finding out advice from your spirit guides. As I said in the intro, I've set the intention for this reading to be the messages that you need to hear most at this time to serve your best and highest good. So I'm actually going to be using 2 tarot decks today. So I'm going to pull 2 from this one, and then we'll pull 2 from the other one. Okay, let's see. Pile number 2. Pile 2, Spirit. Pile 2. What messages do they need to hear most at this time to serve their best and highest good? Pile 2. Okay, so let's get one more. Pile 2, Spirit. All right, they both came out face down. Okay. Let's see, for pile number 2, we're going to pull 2 from this one as well. And I will have the decks listed down below for you guys, both my tarot and oracle that I'm using today. Pile 2. Pile 2, Spirit. Let's see. And then one more for pile 2. All right, so let's see what we have. We have the 8 of Cups. Okay, 8 of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups. Okay. Oh boy, we have the Tower. Okay, I see where this is going. All right, the last one we have is also the 5 of Wands. Okay. So clearly our main energy here that we have with the major arcana is the Tower. Okay, and literally I'm hearing that song from, what's her name? What is her name? Miley Cyrus. I came in like a wrecking ball. Look at how these cats are on this wrecking ball here that's about to hit this house. So there's something here. Now the Tower energy can be a realization, an epiphany, or it can also be about something that we need to let go of, or something that is being broken down, okay? Now, I am seeing that we do have the 6 of Cups energy here. So the 6 of Cups can talk about the past memories, nostalgia. And then we have the 8 of Cups energy here as well. And the 8 of Cups is about letting go, walking away from something, someone, a person, a situation, a way of thinking, in order for us to move towards our fulfillment. So there's something in your life, okay? And I'm feeling that it has to do with your past. It can even do your childhood, okay? Something that you may also be healing. Because I'm also noticing that this little beaver here looks like it's trying to figure things out with all these waves that are crashing at it, with all these wands that are just kind of coming all over the place. So this makes me feel like maybe there's some type of emotions or feelings that you're kind of working through here. Maybe that you're having difficulty or challenge with releasing, maybe a person or a situation here. The Five of Wands can be a very challenging energy. It can bring in inner conflict that we feel, or even conflict within our environment. Okay, maybe there is a little bit of a struggle for you to release maybe feelings or emotions that are tied into something from the past. But with the Eight of Cups energy, if you notice, the cat is, the cups are behind it. Okay, so these cups symbolize all of these, whatever this situation is, or like I said, way of thinking, or something here that you're meant to move away from. And this cat is being guided by this bird towards this light here. And that light is what's leading to fulfillment. The Eight of Cups leads into the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So there's something here that you're needing to walk away from, let go of, move away from, in order to move towards your wish fulfillment. Whatever it is that you're wanting, desiring, is not going to be found here with this person or with this situation, whatever this is. Okay? So the Six of Cups energy here, maybe some of you are healing, childhood wounds, or you're holding on to someone from the past. Okay? The Tower can also cause a lot of upheaval, a lot of destructive energy, chaotic energy within our life. Okay, it can be something that's being broken down. So I want to see kind of what's at the bottom of these decks. And we have the Three of Wands for that one. And then on this one we have, okay, interesting, Two and Three of Wands. Okay, so the Two of Wands is about making a choice. Okay, making a choice here. And I am seeing that in this card here, we have the female lion, and then the masculine lion is over here and looking in a different direction. So some of you, maybe it is, you're making a choice or a decision to let something or someone go from your past. But I'm feeling like your message here, the advice from your spirit guides, is about forward thinking, moving, action. Some of you might even be at a place of stagnancy in your life as your energy is still focused in the past, and there's a need for you to call your energy back to the present moment. This is kind of where I'm feeling like your spirit guides are trying to help to guide you as well. Okay, so if this has nothing to do with love life, your love life is perfect or fine, or you're single and you're nothing to do with that, I would say take some time to reflect on if there's anything from your past that's still holding you back. Because at this time, I feel like Spirit's wanting you to help you to release that energy and to move towards the things that do bring you happiness and fulfillment. Even if that's you creating a new project. Maybe this Eight of Cups signifies you changing path, changing course, moving in a new direction, right? So the Two of Wands is about planning. The Three of Wands is that we've made the choice and we're taking that first step and setting things in motion, right? So if you've just made that first step and now you're making plans, adjustments, and things like that for the future, this can be that your spirit guides are wanting you to think about the future, to plan your future. Some of you might also be stuck, okay, literally stuck with something from the past. The Three of Wands can also be when we're waiting for something. We're yearning for it, longing for it. So if this does have to do with love, this could be Spirit saying you need to let go for some of you, okay? If you're holding on to a person or a situation from the past, like an ex-partner or something that, somebody that you used to date, something that has to be cleared here. Now, those of you where this could be about career, other stuff like that, I'm feeling like either Spirit is telling you to either set this plan, make a choice here and set the plan in motion, right? Or you've already taken that first step and this is now time to make adjustments or to think about future, foresight, which is thinking and planning ahead with the Three of Wands. How do you want this to go? And your card here, you have full of riches. And I'm noticing that in this card, there is this beautiful tree that has blossoms all over it. There's a nest here that has 2 little eggs, and it looks like, what is this? Like one of those bubble wands. But the bubble is actually capturing the citrine here. And the citrine is also really good. I only have smoky citrine here. I have my other citrine put away. But this is, you know, citrine is really good for abundance, for manifestation. And it almost makes me feel like Spirit is trying to bring your focus towards the present moment and towards aligning your energy with abundance, whatever that means for you. Okay? Whether it's literally money, or opening yourself up to growth and expansion and the potential of new things. Okay? Is what I'm saying. So let's see what else. We have the King of Swords and the Five of Swords. So some of you, there's a need for clearing out any negative thinking, self-talk, victim mentality. Okay. If maybe this is like an old love situation that you're still holding on to. The King of Swords is about facing the truth. Like, let's just say you had a breakup with someone, right? And you're kind of stuck in the past. The King of Swords is about you really facing the truth, facing the facts of a situation. Maybe this is time to let something go. Okay? Maybe some of you, like I said, could be having a difficult time emotionally with releasing things energetically. But the Tower is something that is inevitable, right? This is beyond our control. There's something here that has to be released, let go of, shifted. Okay? So for some of you, that can be a huge wake-up call. It can be you having an epiphany, a realization, facing some type of truth. Some of you, this Five of Swords is signifying you needing, like I said, to let go of any insecurities, self-sabotaging talk, in order for you to have a clear mind, a clear headspace to be able to make decisions moving forward. Okay? And then we have the Emperor here and the Ten of Wands. So those of you, the Emperor energy can also signify you making plans, coming up with a strategy, keeping yourself focused and disciplined on what it is that you are creating here. You also have the Ten of Wands here, which is about, and if you look at this card here, we have these fish that are trying to swim upstream, right? In the same way that this beaver is also dealing with the tide here, wrecking all of its wands, right? Throwing them all over the place. And he's like, darn, I need to start all over again, right? So what else is under here? The Two of Cups. Okay, some of you, I'm really feeling like this pile has a lot to do with love stuff. Okay. But I don't know. With the Ten of Wands energy here, I feel like maybe there's a lot of stress, maybe feeling very overwhelmed. Maybe some of you are carrying a lot of energetic weight, energetic burdens that Spirit is wanting you to kind of release at this time. Some of you that are wanting to create something new for the future that you're planning or want to maybe even open yourself up to more abundance, there's a need for you to really take a look at what you are investing your time and energy into, what you're holding on to, and maybe think about releasing something, letting something go, right? Maybe if you feel like you're working so hard just to manifest abundance here and it's just not working, right? You could be overwhelming yourself, stressing yourself out. I feel like Spirit's saying here to you, take a look at your responsibilities. You know, what can you release? What can you let go of? Which is also the question of the Tower, right? And then you have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the first, in a love situation, for those of you that this has to do with love, this could be you releasing the illusion surrounding some type of relationship or connection. Okay, a need, again, for facing truth, facing reality, a need for letting go. Those of you where this has nothing to do with love stuff, the Seven of Swords can be our own fears, our own insecurities, avoiding, running away from something. The Two of Cups, this could be a need for you to find balance or harmony within inside of yourself, or even to not be afraid of, let's just say, looking for a new job, if that's something that you feel called to. The Two of Cups is also, I'm feeling, a connection that you have to your higher self. Okay, can be something there for you. And then we have, look at these, Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so yeah, with Judgment, this is about life review. This is about us going through a rebirth process, about learning lessons, karmic lessons. What have we learned from the last chapter? Because with the Wheel of Fortune, some of you may have been stuck in a cycle, And with Judgment being karma, and you have Justice here too, which is also karma. Some of you may have been keeping yourself stuck in a karmic cycle with another person. And this, for some of you where it's love related, this could be Spirit saying, okay, this is where it needs to end, right? Open yourself up to something else, something better. Some of you, this is about you answering the call of your soul, stepping into your purpose, okay? There are some changes that might need to be made, and there's a need for you to really work towards nurturing, for some of you, nurturing your career, investing your time and energy, being more disciplined, being more grounded. Maybe some of you could be questioning, should I let this job go and move on to something else? And I feel like the answer is yes, okay? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is about going with the flow. I feel like Spirit's trying to bring you something better here, no matter what it is, okay? If it's love for some of you. If it's a better job, this is Spirit really wanting you to kind of roll with it, okay? Just go with it, is what I'm seeing, okay? And then we've got what? The Justice card, the Queen of Pentacles. I'm kind of feeling for some of you, this is Spirit wanting you to focus your energy on something new, a new project, okay? Really listen to your heart at this time with where your heart is leading and guiding you, okay? Is what I'm saying. I'm going to stop there. I do want to clarify this Tower, and we'll see. Did I just put these in the wrong pile? Okay, let's see. What is this Tower energy? Okay, why is the Tower here? Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's a need for you to set energy in motion with releasing something. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Page of Wands. The Ace of Cups energy in reverse, and I'm seeing Six of Swords at the bottom. The Six of Swords is moving on. Okay? Some of you, like I said, with a love situation where you're literally just waiting for someone and waiting for them and waiting for them. This could be you having an epiphany or realization that that connection might be over, it might be done. And this is a time for you to heal. You know, the Ace of Cups, or the aces in general within the tarot, are about opportunities, okay? And maybe there's a love opportunity that you're holding on to, or what used to be, you know, an option for you, maybe is no longer an option. Maybe you need to let go of the idea of reconciliation and move on. Okay, for some of you. For others of you, I'm feeling that there could potentially be some blockages here in terms of your creative energy. And so your advice here is to really work towards reconnecting with your childlike nature, your infinite creative potential, okay? And the best way that we can unblock our creativity is to do something creative, even if it's just something small, okay? To really kind of help us to get back in that creative flow or state of things. But I am seeing here that with the Ace of Cups in reverse, this can also be emotional blockages and a need for emotional release, okay? Because remember, we did see the Ten of Wands, which is that we're holding on to baggage that we need to let go of, we need to release, okay? Maybe with the Ten of Wands, it can also be spreading yourself thin, right? A need for really kind of taking a look at what you're currently putting your energy into, and do you still want to invest it there, or can you refocus that energy elsewhere, right? Could be something there as well. So let's see what this Eight of Cups energy is here, and I just want to move these over a little bit. What is this Eight of Cups energy here? Why is the Eight of Cups here? The Devil, well, that's changed. That's an ending. There's something here. What is this Eight of Cups? Some of you, it's a job. Okay. Some of you, it is a job. Others of you, this can be a need for you to focus on your healing. Okay, focus on your healing. Letting go of things, letting go of people, letting go of situations. So you can really focus your energy towards yourself. Why is the Six of Cups here? Seven of Swords. There's some type of illusion surrounding the Six of Cups, right? Some of you that are kind of caught up in your past, I'm seeing some of you may have gone through rejection. And so that can definitely stick around a while, right? Healing a rejection wound. But yeah, some of you, okay, with the Seven of Swords, this is illusion, okay? It's deception. Now, with the Six of Cups energy, the Six of Cups is a very nostalgic energy. It's when we're remembering a happy time, right? We're remembering the past and we're feeling all those warm and fuzzy feelings inside. So some of you are in a way, and this is the best way that I can explain it, some of you could be romanticizing the past with the person and not keeping yourself in the present moment and having this illusion of the way that things were so much better in the past, right? And that is keeping you from being present, being fully present in the here and the now, okay? Some of you may need to work on underlying insecurities and fears that you've had since childhood or that may have been developed in your past. And those are things that need to be healed. Okay? Those could be things that are kind of blocking out your creative energy, and that creative inspiration, you know, that Spirit helps us with is the key to you working towards aligning with this abundance. Right? Let's see what else. Why is the Six of Cups here? The Four of Wands. Yeah, some of you are holding on to this illusion of reconciling with someone from the past. And this is where Spirit's saying, no more. This has to stop, right? You have to focus on, moving forward, planning your life. Thinking about what's next for yourself versus living in the past. Okay? For those of you where this is nothing to do with love, the Four of Wands is a beautiful card of celebration, of stability. Okay? So for many of you, this can be also reconnecting in with your inner child, right? And not feeling afraid, not feeling insecure. Maybe doing things that bring you joy and happiness and not being afraid to pursue things that make you happy here. So let me pull out some, what do I want to do? Let's see. Pile 2. What is your advice from your spirit guides? Messages to serve your best and highest good. We have vulnerability and a threat. What is that? Stinking cedar. Maybe there's something or someone. I don't know. Because the Seven of Swords is very deceptive. Maybe some of you are currently dealing with a person with that Six of Cups that is being deceptive towards you. And there's creating this illusion of harmony or balance or fulfillment when Spirit is like, no. Let's see what else. What is your advice? And you will know if that message belongs to you, because tarot should be something that's confirming what your intuition already knows. Sometimes we're just not ready to hear it, right? Sometimes we don't want to hear it. We're not ready for it, right? Our intuition knows. Intuition knows better. What is this? Sugar maple, information and knowledge. Maybe Spirit is trying to give you some insight on someone for some of you. Maybe some of you lack trust in yourself, or there's a person who, I don't know, I'm kind of getting, for some of you, there's someone here that maybe is not so great. And that won't be for all of you, but some of you, this person may not be the greatest. Some of you might work with this person. And this person might be someone who's just creating an illusion or go to school with. We have transmutation with black tourmaline. So yes, look at that. Tourmaline is really good. I don't have any on my desk right now. But tourmaline is really good for helping to clear negative energy. Okay, so some of you, it's either negative energy that you're holding on to, or there's something in your environment around you. Okay, something in your environment or someone. I'm thinking, but I want to clarify what this is here. What is this vulnerability and threat? Knight of Pentacles. Some of you, it's an earth sign. Or you could be an earth sign. Some of you, I feel like this is about, not so much about another person, but I feel like it's about you stepping outside of your comfort zone. Okay, some of you guys could be really procrastinating, getting something started, trusting your ideas, not trusting yourself. Okay. The Emperor. Six of Cups at the bottom again. I don't know. Some of you, this is someone from your past that you're needing to have a shift of perspective of. It is romantic. But there's deception surrounding this, okay, that you're needing to move on from. The Chariot. You're needing to have the willpower to move on from this person or situation. Some of you, I'm just going to say this person is married. Okay, this person is married or in a commitment. Some of you, this person could be a boss. There could be a lot of attraction here, and some of you can be caught up in an illusion that this is going to be something that leads to a serious relationship. And I feel like Spirit's coming in here to give you a warning to kind of like not keep yourself stuck in an illusion. Okay, the Hangman is literally Spirit here trying to get your attention. Look at how this crow is like biting this cat's tail, like, hey, pay attention, we're trying to show you something here, you know, trying to give you information and knowledge. Let's see what the information and knowledge is about. Either that there's someone around you who's deceiving you, or you're deceiving yourself, right? Maybe by your own fears or insecurities that are limiting you from being able to do something, accomplish something. And this is Spirit wanting you to work on healing, or in this case, transmuting energy, negative energies. And sometimes we are the source of the negative energy, right? Sometimes we're holding on to it. Okay. What is the information and knowledge here? What is Spirit trying to share with you? Four of Pentacles. This is stepping outside of the comfort zone for some of you. And for others of you, it is you're clinging on to something or someone that you need to release attachment. Okay? What is this? Oh, let's see. The Strength card. Some of you are needing to have courage, strength, confidence. Five of Pentacles. There's this feeling of lack. Some of you are needing to have the strength and confidence to move on beyond the scarcity mindset, the lack mentality, right? Like I said, some of you can be keeping yourself in an illusion, okay, with the Moon, and there's a need for you to open yourself up to other opportunities, whether they be love opportunities or creative opportunities. But I'm feeling there's a need for a shift here, okay, especially with you having the Tower. And the Tower, like I said, is inevitable. Change, right? Breakdown, destruction. There's something about the current place that you're in your life right now that needs the shakeup, that needs the change. Because there's something about that old foundation that you were trying to build that no longer serves you, okay? Where you're going next, right? What you're planning for, decisions that you're making around is for the next chapter of your life. This old foundation, it's not going to cut it anymore. Right? Some of you might be rethinking where you're going to work or where you're going to live, or rethinking connections that you could be holding on to or messing with, right? So it's like, yeah, some of you are needing to have the strength and the courage to put yourself out there in the world to, you know, pursue something new. Some of you could be traveling, moving. And I feel like Spirit's encouraging you to do that, especially if you kind of have been on the fence with saying, should I leave this job? Should I move to this place? Yes. Yes. Move beyond this 4 and 5 of Pentacles and have the courage to face your fears when it comes to planning what it is that you truly want and you know you're deserving of. Pile 2, let's see. Last messages. What is your advice? Pile number 2. Yeah, how are your own fears deceiving yourself, right? We have Patience here. The Bobcat and Blackthorn. What is your advice? We have Wisdom, Patience, Wisdom. I feel like some of you that are waiting for the answers are coming, okay, that you need, but be open to receiving that information from Spirit. And then we have Success, okay? And I feel like the success comes with you letting go, with you being open to change. Okay, I'm also seeing healing wounds at the bottom. Okay, some of you are healing wounds, and you're going to find success with healing wounds when you let go. Okay, even if it is an inner child wound here, this is really you, you know, maybe, like I said, there could be certain fears or insecurities that you've had since childhood, right? But this is really digging deep to work on those and to change and be focused on transformation. Right? Some of you are really, like I said, struggling maybe emotionally with letting go of a person from the past, right? And if you shift your focus away from that person and onto yourself and really have and set in your mind the willpower to move on from it, whether it's a past situation, you know, something you're dealing with right now and you know that person doesn't really serve you, the focus needs to be you. Okay, some of you could be dealing with being ghosted, abandoned, rejected. And maybe this is a working on your, how can you heal it, right? Some of you might be saying, how can I heal this rejection wound? How can I heal this abandonment wound? Working on your confidence. Because a lot of the time when we go through this rejection, especially, we internalize it, right? We think there's something wrong with me. I wasn't good enough, I'm not worthy, you know, all of these things that we tell ourselves, and none of those are true, right? None of them are true. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of success and blessings and, you know, all the next things that the other person has, right? We all are. And for many of you, this can be working on your self-esteem, working on your level of confidence in yourself, your power. Being in control of your emotions and feelings and not letting them control you. Okay? And maybe that is the key for some of you to healing, is to feeling more confident, right? Really working on the self, coming to a place of acceptance of releasing the past, right? We cannot change it. We cannot go back. We can't keep looking to the past because that's not where we're going, which is what my husband tells me all the time because I bring up stuff from the past. And he's like, why are you talking about the past? That's not where we're going. Look at, you know, yeah. So as I'm like borrowing that from my husband. But he tells me, why are you looking at the past? Or why are you thinking about that? We're not going that way. We're not going that way, Monique. Think about the future. And I'm like, but what about this, and this? It happened this one time. How, you know how we are, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. So I'm sharing too much with you guys. But that's funny. But it reminds me of that, right? Stop looking that way. We're not going that way. We're moving forward, right? In the chariot. Okay? That's where Spirit is wanting you to make this progress. Right? With healing and being patient with yourself too with your healing. Because moving on takes time, right? It doesn't happen overnight. But you have to open to making those little baby steps every day. And even if it is you're working through fears, right? And this has nothing to do with love. This is you working through your own fears about starting something, about planning something, about making decisions with doing something and following through with it, right? The important thing with that chariot is about getting the wheels going, right? Getting the momentum going. And then once you get going, you can't stop, right? That's what I feel like Spirit is saying. Be patient with yourself. But yes, look at that. Full of riches. So maybe for some of you, it's a little bit of a clearing here, right? Transmuting energy. Okay. And then we've got a little dandelion here, sending out all the wishes, right? We're transmuting all the negative energy into the positive for ourselves. Okay. So that is all that I have for you. Pile number 2. I hope this was helpful. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with First the Fire with Larimar, this is going to be a reading. So what do I want to say with this? I'm noticing that there are 2 masks that are here, and they both look like they're on both sides of this volcano. First the fire. And volcanoes can be quite destructive. And because there's mass here, this is, I don't know, maybe for some of you there's a need for, what your advice is from your spirit guides is there's a need for releasing not only the false self, okay? And what I mean by the false self, in case you don't know what I mean, is that with conditioning, with traumas, with, certain beliefs, cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, different things like that, there is a need for separating yourself from anything that is false, anything that is not truly you. So, whether it's your upbringing or some type of event that you've gone through, I'm feeling a lot of this energy is about breaking down the false self, the part of you that has been conditioned, let's just say by society or other people's opinions, other people's views. Letting go of those old identities is another message that I'm getting here. But I'm also getting this because the volcano is something that is very destructive energy here. Maybe this is also releasing destructive habits, okay? Ones that you might have as a way to protect yourself, okay? The old identity is something I feel like Spirit is wanting you to heal, because I'm also noticing there's a bunch of water around this card too, and there's a little dolphin here. And so, yeah, I'm feeling maybe, I don't know, there's emotional release that needs to happen, right? Okay, so we have First the Fire. Let's take a look and what your tarot says. And I'm going to be using 2 different tarot decks today, so I'm going to pull 2 cards from each one because these are big cards. They're not traditional size. So let's see. Pile number 3. We'll see what else we can add on to this. Advice from your spirit guides. Pile number 3. What is your advice from your spirit guides? 4 of Swords. Okay, well, that is way too many, but we're going to take it because they all came out. One of them fell on the floor. Where is it? I have a plan and Spirit has a plan, which might sometimes not be in agreement with mine. Okay, so I don't know. Should we just take it like this? Maybe I don't need to pull the other deck. 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the 4 of Cups. This is a lot of cups. Okay, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Well, I am feeling there is a need for grounding here. A grounding or even nurturing the self. I actually feel like I do want to still pull, so we'll just make it work. We'll pull. Okay, let's just see. Pile number 3. What is your advice from your spirit guides? Oh, the Hierophant. Okay, something about your beliefs here. Something about your beliefs. Look at that. 6 of Cups here. Something needs to change here. Yeah, this makes me feel a lot of this energy of the false self. And some of you, I feel like... There's a desire here for happiness. There's a desire here for fulfillment. I can see that. This desire that's here. Because the 4 of Cups energy is when we're feeling bored. We're feeling indifferent. We're feeling like maybe a little discontent. A little checked out. It makes me want to look at this first before I say anything else. But let's see. What is this first, the fire, for Spirit? I want to make sure I get this message right. What is the first, the fire here? The Hermit. Which is a need for reflection, a need for healing. I am kind of getting this message of your spirit guides wanting you to feel like yourself again. There's something here and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something that happened to you in the past or something that you're still healing here. But I'm almost kind of getting this message of spirit kind of wanting you to reconnect in with the self. Reconnect in with the self. Some of you, I feel like you may have been isolating yourself and kind of keeping yourself closed off even to the rest of the world. And I'm really feeling, it might be because you've been feeling a little bit like maybe mildly depressed, sad. You could be thinking about happier times that existed or happened in your life. Some of you, I feel like you've even started some type of new beginning, but it even kind of feels like with that new beginning, it still kind of feels like life is a little bit lackluster. Like you're still wanting a little more, and I feel like you don't know quite what it is yet that's going to make you happy. Like you want happiness, like you want to feel happy and fulfilled. But it's like you're having a hard time shifting into that energy. You can't quite put your finger on it. You can't quite figure it out, like what you want or what your path is. Or yeah, it kind of feels like maybe you might feel a little bit frustrated. And it's like you hold the key to being able to create and to manifest, but it's just like, it makes me feel like you don't, I don't know if you don't see it, or it's something that you have a little bit of a blind spot here, because you have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups can talk about us having opportunities surrounding us, beautiful things in our life surrounding us. And when we're in that 4 of Cups energy, we don't notice them. We're blinded to them, or we simply feel indifferent to the opportunities that are surrounding us, right? Like as an example, you could say, okay, I want abundance. I want to move. I want a new job. And then in comes the job opportunity, and you're just, which is spirit trying to get, let's just say this, spirit's trying to bring it to you. Oh, here's your out. You wanted more money. Here's the job so you can move. And you look at the job and you're just like, no, that's not really what I want. Which is, to say, yes, you should be selective, right? With what you want. What you want is what you want. But sometimes when we ask the universe for something, we're not always going to get exactly what we want. We're going to get what we need, right? We receive what we need. And sometimes, that could be spirit trying to show us that if we would take this opportunity, it can lead us to where we want to go. It could be the foot in the door that leads to what our end goal is, right? For a path that we're choosing, right? It could be the key to open up a whole new path. And we're like, wow, if I wouldn't have taken that risk by going into this, job or position or something like that, I never would have made it here, And I'm feeling with the fire, it's like spirit's wanting you to start from that fire within, that passion from within. And maybe for some of you, it's getting that spark back. Some of you might be feeling a little bit like you're in a little bit of a dark place. and trying to figure things out. Some of you, I'm getting that your environment could be something that you don't feel comfortable with. And I don't know if that's living with like a roommate or having roommates or a living situation that you're not completely happy with. I don't know. I'm feeling single parent. I don't even know where that's coming from. I'm feeling single parent energy here and just kind of feeling a little bit down in the, I'm going to say down in the dumps. Little sad here. I feel like you're looking for inspiration. You're looking for excitement. You wanting to feel passion inside of yourself, the drive, the fire, the motivation. But looking at this little Hierophant here too, it's like he's got this little key wrapped around, and it's like he still looks sad. You know? I want to do this a little bit more. Let's see. What is this first of fire here, Spirit? Yeah, some of you, I feel like you might be feeling a little bit lost, alone, or even lonely. The Lovers. Judgment. Yeah, some of you are like have a choice to make, a decision. Both the Lovers and the Judgment card can be about a major decision. A judgment call. Yeah, I'm getting for some of you there's maybe kind of stuck in an environment that you're not happy with. Won't be for all of you, but some of you I feel like you cannot be yourself. Some of you could be living with a parent or parents or even a partner that you feel like I don't know. I'm just kind of getting this energy of you're being limited in your growth. You're being limited with what you can do, or something maybe about your environment that is restricting you, and your heart desires for more, longs for change, longs for love, longs for abundance. General reading. So for many of you, I'm getting so many different messages here about something else, like wanting something else. And I feel like some of you may not know what that is. Some of you, like I said, you could have even started some type of new beginning. Some of you might literally just be wanting friends, people that you can connect with and talk to. And if that is the case, then I feel like for one thing, Spirit is saying, get out of your hole, right? We literally have this little hedgehog that's buried under a hole. And then we have this snake here too. Some of you are really trying to work on changing yourself and transforming yourself. You're doing a lot of healing here. And, the process of doing that can feel lonely. It can feel a little depressing sometimes. Like, I've got a lot of stuff to clear here. I just want to be happy. It's kind of like the message that keeps coming through here. I just want to feel happy. I want to feel stable. I want to feel secure. Some of you, it could even be just wanting just a secure relationship. Like, that's it. Hello, universe. Just bring me someone who's stable. Some of you have a wish of getting married and having a family and finding your perfect person. And it's just like, you could be doing a lot of dreaming, of fantasizing, of having a certain wish or a vision. And you just might kind of feel like it's not aligning. And what I feel like your advice is with all of this is again, going back to the original message here, releasing self-destructive, self-sabotaging thoughts, behaviors, finding your spark again, right? And how do you find your spark? You take some time in this Hermit energy to think about what lights you up, what brings a smile to your face when you think about it, like, wow, I want to do this, or I want to go here, I want to go there, and do that. Right? And I know some of you say, okay, well, I really want to travel the world, but I don't have money for that. Or, I want to move to a new house, but I don't have money for that. The Four of Cups is about opportunities. Okay? I promise you, those opportunities are always surrounding us, but it is our perspective. Right? It is our perspective here. Okay? You can walk into an empty room and you're like, oh my goodness, there's nothing in here. I can't do anything in here. What am I supposed to do in here? There's nothing here. There's no chair. There's no nothing. Another person might walk into that room and say, oh my goodness, this is a completely blank canvas. I can do whatever I want to do in here. I can paint the walls. I can do this. I can do that. So it's all about our perspective, right? So for many of you, this can be really taking some time to really look within inside of yourself with the Hermit. And I know some of you are going to say, I've already done that. I've already done that, right? But are you looking at the world through the lens of oppression, self-limiting beliefs, insecurities, fears, past pains, traumas, anything like that, that you could be blocking out your own sense of fulfillment and happiness, right? So first, the fire to me is about you lighting that fire, igniting from within, right? And that also comes from reviewing our life with judgment, okay? Judgment is karma. It is life review. So we take one chapter of our life and we look back. What decisions did we make? What things should we have made better choices with? What have we learned from making those choices that have led us to where we're at right now? Do we feel like we could have improved something? Do we feel like we were too quick to do something and we should have waited a little longer? We should have been more patient, or we should have noticed some red flags with a person or a situation. Like, we have to really look at things, right? So we understand what the lessons were that we learned and how can we integrate what we've learned moving forward. Okay? Judgment is literally going through a rebirth process. So maybe for some of you, this is some pretty challenging energy that you could be dealing with at this time, right? Processing, healing, doing a lot of change, a lot of transformation, feeling like you're going through so much, right? And I feel like a lot of that is you letting go of the old self, the old version of self, and being open to stepping into the version of you that does what you love, that only invests your time and energy into things that bring you fulfillment and happiness. And unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, there are no shortcuts to healing. There are no shortcuts to finding out what our soul's purpose is. There's no fast track, right? Even when, let's just say you get a tarot reading and you're asking, what is my soul's purpose? What am I meant to do? A tarot reader can do the reading for you, but ultimately that answer is going to come from within inside of you, right? It's what you feel your soul is calling in and what you feel you're called to do. You are the creator here. I am feeling with the Queen of Pentacles energy here that this is Spirit saying to continue to work towards nurturing yourself and your ideas. Maybe some of you, if you're feeling a little bit of a stress or a little bit of boredom, or indifference to certain things, maybe this is a time for a rest. Maybe this is escaping an environment that you're in, going on a vacation, spending time away from home. If you're in a home situation that's kind of driving you crazy or stressing you out or making you feel limited or confined. Like I said, look at this snake and how it's stuck under the ground. Like, how is it supposed to grow in that? Okay? So I'm also feeling there's a need for you to find balance within your own energy, union within your own energy, your feminine and your masculine energies, but it's also integrating both your shadow and your light energies as well. And how does that happen? Through the Hermit energy. Okay? This little cat here is finding his way out of the darkness by following this little glow bug here, and that's essentially what the Hermit is. Finding the light from within inside of the self by moving through the darkness. There is no way around it. If you're going through a dark time right now in your life and you do feel a little bit lost, it's frustrating, but it's necessary. Okay? We all go through this. Sometimes it's multiple times in our lifetime, right? Where we feel like we need direction, we need guidance. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know where we're going. And this is really a time for us to reconnect in with the self. Not the self that is conditioned, that is traumatized, that has self-limiting beliefs, that has been, forced by society or conditioning through religion or culture. The real you. underneath all of that. Okay, and that is what you're discovering here within the Hermit. So I'm feeling like Spirit's really wanting you to take time to deep dive into the self, right? The Six of Cups is a very beautiful energy. Maybe some of you, like I said, are needing to get out and connect with others, right? The Six of Cups can be a beautiful energy of kindness and generosity and friendships and special bonds with people, right? And that could be you making new friends, or it could be that you are, you know, maybe doing some healing with your past. Okay, so let's get a little more. Pile number 3. What is your advice from your spirit guides? Follow your heart and work towards nurturing those things that make you happy, that light you up. Pile number 3. Be soft and listen is what Spirit is saying. That's connecting in with our intuition. Okay? Connecting in with your intuition. We have fill yourself, right? Which makes me feel that some of you might be feeling pretty depleted. And this is time to fill your own cup, right? Fill your own cup in a sense. Let's see. Pile number 3. What messages are you needing to hear at this time to serve your best and highest good? We have prophecies and communication. So those of you that have been asking for signs, messages from Spirit to help to guide you, pay attention, because the universe is constantly communicating with you. You just have to be soft and listen. Why? Because in this Four of Swords energy, when the mind is at rest, calm, this is when we can hear Spirit. This is when we can connect in with our intuition. Okay? That's why meditation is so important, because we're really allowing ourselves to tune in. Okay? We have Painter with strength and power. Strength and power, and I feel like that's definitely something that Spirit is wanting for you, is for you to step into your power, to receive messages, guidance, advice. And I'm seeing wild cherry at the bottom with passion and fire, right? So like I said, for many of you, this is reigniting something within you. We have spiritual gifts in abundance. So many of you have, you know, some very powerful spiritual gifts that Spirit is wanting maybe to use. Some of you have gifts that you're meant to manifest abundance with. Use your gifts. Maybe some of that is your purpose. Okay, is to use those gifts. You could be psychics, you can be intuitives, you could be clairvoyants, mediums, whatever your gift is, uncover those. And how do you do that? By the Hermit energy. Really taking some time to get to know the self, to discover yourself, right? Like I said, there's no shortcuts for anybody, right? No shortcuts. You have to do the work. But I feel like for many of you, your spiritual gifts are what is meant to bring you abundance. Maybe you're meant to be teachers. I feel for some of you, especially with the Hierophant being here, teachers, healers, mentors. Okay? Meant to teach. Some of you could be children. Some of you could be teaching ways of healing the inner child, healing the past, you know, with the lessons that you've learned, right, from your own life experiences that you have gone through. Let's see a little bit more. You have satisfaction with the turtle and coriander. What is your advice? We have confidence. A need for you to be more confident in yourself. Maybe confidence in your abilities, your gifts. And then we have the owl and hop with wisdom. Yeah, for many of you, I feel like you hold so much knowledge and so much wisdom within you from your experiences that you've gone through in your life. And maybe this is your time to share, right, with the rest of the world, or, you know, whatever you choose to do with it. But yeah, I feel many of you, Spirit is saying you have these spiritual gifts that you're meant to use that are going to bring you in abundance, and you need to be confident in that, to step into your power fully and remember who you are and why you're here. Okay? So that is all that I have for you. Pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.